we're starting earlier today because I think the intent is to get off 5 flights before lunchtime. So it should be an interesting day. All right, we are loaded up and headed for the field. This is how we've been carrying the quadcopter back and forth, is in the back of that pickup truck, strapped in. It is a beautiful morning here this morning. We brought in 2 trucks this time and unloaded everything close to our tables. And so we have the tables and chairs out, and we've got all of our equipment here, but nobody else is here yet. So we do have an hour before our first flight. It'll be interesting to see the other teams come rolling in and setting up everything in a rush so that they can get their first flights off for the day. I just swapped out the radio sonde that we're using. We're using a fresh one today. So far this morning, we've had one parachute glider guy come down and land right on that road. Unfortunately, when I went to take video of him, my camera was in picture mode, so I snapped a picture instead of video. The students are getting ready to let go another weather balloon, and all the while we're keeping our eyes on the top of the ridge up there, because right up there is where they come flying over the top. And so far we've had 3 people come in. This guy landed right here, another guy landed on the golf course way on the other side of those houses, and another one landed way up in the field up there past those trees. So our rules are, if anybody sees any of those gliders in the air, we have to immediately land our aircraft. Braden is doing his first checks of the day. Jake is working on laying out our flight plan. Got the aircraft here ready to go up on the table. So we're all standing around shivering at this point. You can see your breath, and we're all waiting for the sun to come up over the top of that ridge to warm us up a little bit. Can't wait. There's the sun. That's what we've been waiting for. We're up on the first flight of the morning, and everything looks good so far. Here's our second balloon launch of the day. Very good. So I just flew a media flight with the Skydio, and I definitely did not do a good job of keeping the Alta X in frame. So we're going to have Braden do the next one, and he is going to record the Alta X. And I'm expecting that he's going to do a much better job than I did. So they are happy with the flights that we've got off. We are done with the data collection flights, and now we're going to do some more media flights where they're going to fly the Alta X, and Braden will fly the Skydio and get more good video. Dustin was our range safety officer for this mission, and he's going to launch the last weather balloon of the campaign. So Braden is recording while Jake is flying. We're coming in for a landing. So they're reviewing the video that Jake just shot. All right, she looks like she's happy with it. So after we were done with the end of our flights for the day, we came back here to take a look at the results of the data processing that MITRE and Esri did. And they've got some really interesting stuff that when it becomes public I'll be able to share, but I can't right now. After that talk on the data processing, we just had a few minutes to throw everything in our vehicles and headed over here to a parking lot on the campus where we are going to very, very quickly eat. And then we're supposed to be at a lecture by Jackie, the head of the Fireweather program that's here.
The goal of FireSense is to support proactive wildland fire management through technology development, capability demonstration, and transfer to operations, and shift from a reactive response to a proactive response, meaning we have to plan ahead for the fires that are going to happen. The difference between the drone and the balloon is that the drone, we can control that, we can take it straight up and bring it straight down. So you can take very targeted measurements and you can potentially take more measurements. The balloon drifts up into the atmosphere and then it's carried away by the wind. And so you're sampling the atmosphere vertically, but across different space and time.
After our talk, we came back here to the lab. I just took apart the truss, put everything back in the tubes, packed up all the fasteners in the boxes. Dustin is taking Skydio video and sending it off to the communications person. These guys are making sure that all the crates are packed and ready to go. And we're gonna go get some supper. We came into town to try to have some dinner and drove around for 20 minutes trying to find a parking spot. Couldn't find anything. And then went into the restaurant where we had a reservation. It's gonna be a 40-minute wait. So now we're just walking through the downtown, going to another bar or something to hang out until we get into our reservation. So this should be interesting. I think that this sort of has the start of a good story that we're gonna tell later. I hope it's a good story. We have a serious shuffleboard game going on here. I've never seen this kind of thing before. Whoa! This is hilarious. This bar that we're in has this basketball hoop where people can play horse. Well, we moved from that one bar to a karaoke bar, and people are having a good time. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave because I still have to write monthly reports tonight. So